iGamer 360 goes inside the world of gaming for a full 360-degree view. We get into all the fun behind the games, check out the latest releases from the studios, talk to rising stars on the esports scene, and even take timeouts with your favorite streamers. So put that controller down. iGamer 360 starts right now.
It wasn't that long ago that a career as a professional video game player was simply unheard of, let alone owning a gaming team. But today, all that is a reality. And for the owner of Space Station Gaming, a dream come true.
My name's Sean Duras. I came from social media. I was like the biggest Snapchat account. I'm a professional fun haver, okay? And then I went to YouTube, and then I started consulting, do all this stuff, and then I found and fell in love with esports and gaming. My YouTube channel is called Best Day Ever. Every day I have the best day ever, and I film it and then post it. All right, what I tell you boys, shotgun, let's go.
And the base of operations for this YouTube channel was his basement, lovingly dubbed the Space Station.
I saw myself and my friends like build our own brands and our businesses over in the social media world, and so I want to do the same thing in esports. And I think this is just the beginning of gaming and esports really like making its mark on culture. So I'm excited to be at the very beginning of it, and obviously I'm trying to do my part to spread the word, you know, build content, post on social media, and just share with people, you guys, like, what is esports? So I'll kind of break it down for you. I'm from Utah. Imagine if the Utah Jazz had a basketball team, which they do, but they also had a football team and a tennis team and a baseball team. That's how esports works. So Space Station Gaming is the organization, And we have a Call of Duty team, a Paladins team, a Smite team. We have all these different teams. So we support multiple different games, different leagues, and then each one has a different investment and time commitment. So it's balancing that financial commitment and risk, but also working with sponsors to come in, tell their story, create good content for them, and win or lose, the sponsor is getting more viewership and we're telling their story, and that helps pay for the team. Now, people are playing for millions of dollars. It's just as serious and professional as a traditional sport. A lot of it's mental and practice and knowing your plays and your opponents and stuff like that. It's rad to see that gaming is actually growing. It's being accepted by mainstream culture, similar to like extreme sports, right? Came out of nowhere, blew up, X Games, everything. That's what we're in right now, and it's taking off. And I'm supporting some of the best athletes in esports. But a lot of the teams that are already in there, they're focused on winning and having the most competitive, best team. I think we came in with a unique perspective that was about the players and the story and the content, and it was much more about the brand and the community. And so that stood out, and it really helped us take off within the first year and a half. And now we're hanging with some of the top organizations and the best teams in the world. It's cool to take these guys who just had like the dream of being the best video game players and to be able to support them and get them to the right events and tournaments and get cool gear and jerseys, and they're taking it serious and I'm taking them serious. So when I started Space Station Gaming about a year and a half ago, I heard about a team that made the World Championship. Like, they were in the World Series, but they didn't have the funds to be able to get there and didn't have the support, so we're like, we'll support them. Introducing the Space Station Gaming team from Brazil. They play Paladins and they're amazing.
We are a team that has been feared.
In Brazil, like, if you're winning, you are the best. If you're losing, you are the worst. So
in Brazil, they don't have as many teams to play against that are at as high a level as they are, so it's harder for them to practice. And so for them to come out and play some of these teams for the very first time is pretty incredible. You ready for the MVP right here? FRZ God, this guy.
I'm 18. He's just finished his high school, so it's pretty nice for us because we're doing what we love.
Yeah, it's a dream for us.
When you do what you love, like, it's easier. It's easier to become like train every day and live in parties to train and playing and everything.
Meet those brave enough to take on the role of superhero next.
Think video games are the bee's knees? Time to test your knowledge with our video game history quiz, featuring Space Station Gaming's own Shondoris. In 2014, Microsoft paid $2.5 billion for the rights to what video game franchise? A. Tomb Raider. B. Minecraft. C. Call of Duty. D. Final Fantasy. Shondoris has the answer right after the break. In 2014, Microsoft paid $2.5 billion for the rights to what video game franchise? A. Tomb Raider. B. Minecraft. C. Call of Duty. D. Final Fantasy. Shondoris, what's the answer?
Check it out. You guys dig what I'm drawing right here, ready? That right there, the diamond pickaxe. Minecraft is the answer.
Players of some video games have taken things to the next level and stepped into a whole new world, the world of cosplay. It's not just for comic book conventions anymore, and in the video gaming world, it has spurred the growth of an entire industry. And thanks to the sewing gurus, prop makers, and professional cosplayers, business is booming.
I'm Yaya Han. I'm a cosplayer and designer.
My name is Catherine Jones, and I run a company called GSTQ Fashions, and we make costumes for cosplayers, TV, movie productions, video games.
My name is Harrison Cricks. I run a company called Bolton Props. We build props, replicas, and esports trophies specifically for the video gaming world.
I never would have expected that cosplay could become an industry.
The community surrounding this culture and costumes is very supportive of one another. If you want to have cat ears to go with your outfit, Yaya sells those. You can buy those from her and support her business. If you want to make a certain prop, Harrison sells blueprints for a lot of the props that he makes.
Somebody will come to us and want something from a game brought into reality, and that's what we do.
We do our best to try and encourage people to buy and create things, and then they make those things and share them with other people online, and that in turn gets more people excited about making stuff. And so it's great because it encourages creativity, but it also helps these businesses expand their brands and reach more people, which allows them to create more content and make more games and that sort of thing.
Now we get to build these really cool things with these cool companies and studios and events. We have a crew of 5 full-timers. We have a dental plan. Like, it's weird. It's really weird.
I never thought that it could be more than just a weekend hobby for me. Now I have my own line of cosplay items. I have a line of fabrics in Joanne stores nationwide.
Our esports trophies are at the higher level of esports competition. So we've done the Overwatch World Championship Trophy, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, all of the Riot Games World Championship trophies.
I discovered cosplay almost 20 years ago, and so my mom specifically was very suspicious of what the heck I was doing, and why are you wearing all of these clothes that are like so revealing, and why are you wearing so much makeup? But what made her come around is that I was invited to a convention in Germany as a guest, and so I said, Mom, come with me to this con so you can see what I'm doing. And I think it was through talking to the attendees and the cosplayers who were fans of mine that would tell her how much I inspired them, that is where she could understand. She was like, oh my gosh, like this is more than just playing dress up, like you're making an impact on these people's lives. And from that point on, my mom really did like a 180, and she has been incredibly supportive ever since. I think what makes cosplay so unique, and the reason I'm still cosplaying after 19 years, it's not just a way for you to escape into a fantasy world and become a different character. You discover aspects about your own personality and yourself through cosplaying these larger-than-life characters. Take myself for an example. I used to be very shy and very introverted, and had, body dysmorphia, and, really thought about myself in a very different light. And I think through cosplay is where I was able to dress up as these, really beautiful characters, strong female characters, and it was a way to gain confidence and, come out of my shell. So I feel like a lot of people, especially young people, they really benefit from cosplay because they can understand aspects of themselves that otherwise might be confusing to them. There's a lot of gender fluidity in cosplay, there's a lot of diversity in cosplay, and that is the aspect that we need to continue pushing and showing people that it's okay to really be anybody that you want to be. It's a wonderful social tool for teenagers, So I love seeing families come together in cosplay, and that is what I'm hoping to continue promote, because it brought me and my family together. It brought me and my mom together closer than ever, and I want that experience for everyone.
Coming up, we check out the wild and whimsical world of making art in video games. But first,
it's time once again to test your historic gaming IQ, featuring Space Station Gaming's own Shondoris. Nintendo developed what classic video game after the company was denied the rights to make a game based on Popeye? A. Super Mario Bros. B. Legend of Zelda. C. Pokemon. D. Donkey Kong. Shondoris reveals the answer next. Nintendo developed what classic video game after the company was denied the rights to make a game based on Popeye? A. Super Mario Bros. B. Legend of Zelda. C. Pokemon. D. Donkey Kong. Shondoris, what's the answer?
Black for the eyeballs. A little bit of hair over here. We don't have red, so we're gonna go pink. We got a tie. You know what that means. The answer is Donkey Kong.
Whether it's a first-person shooter or a third-person multiplayer battle arena, all games have teams of talented artists behind the scenes pouring their passion into the beautiful works of art inside the games you love to play. And the Titan Forge team at Hi-Res Studios is no exception. They feverishly work to bring over 25 million fans worldwide into the realm of the Smite gods.
My name is Ben Knapp. I'm part in Titan Forge Games. I'm the art director. When I was a kid, I wanted to make comic books, like super nerdy like that. I was really into that, but I like games. I realized that comic books don't sell too well. Games are awesome, and they are translatable kind of fields. And eventually I went into an art school and started seeing what you really like in the field of art. And I eventually got a job doing environment art. Then I went into characters. I have a huge passion for characters because I wanted to do comics. And then eventually I just keep doing it. I've been doing game art for 12 years. The part that got me into an art director position was that on Smite it's very unique that you do character arts centric. I mean, there's environments and effects and all that, but the game is basically a lot of characters. It's about the gods, the skins. So that kind of gives me a lot of understanding about kind of what the players are looking for and what we're trying to make as far as a product for the studio. And having that experience mixed with doing environment, it gives me kind of just a level head across the board. I just kind of fell into it because I have a lot of experience and I can do a breadth of things. You bring something to life and you don't see us toiling away. I'm working all the time to just make these things. Sometimes if the deadlines are too short, I'm like, nah man, this character needs to be better than this. So I'll spend my extra hours, a couple hours a night just being making sure that I do some quality art. And then to see people come and play the characters and even wear cosplays and this stuff. Oh my God, this is better than the concept. This is amazing. So it was super exciting to see that. It's so humbling and just an awesome experience. A lot of people will look at games and they say, oh, I like art, I like games. I want to make art for games. You just got to be serious and you got to be hungry. There's not a lot of jobs in the field. But it's very much like pro sports. There are people that will go to college sports and they don't go into the pros. The good thing is you don't have to be, there's no such thing as natural talent, I feel like. There are innate tastes that people have and you can learn to get better through experience and studying and all that, but you can just get better art by just putting in the time. It's all hours, it's really all hours. So it's just hard work and just perseverance, I'd say.
It's been called the Coachella of esports, and we sit down with the masterminds of it. That's all coming up next. But first,
last chance to reveal you're a cool cat when it comes to video game history. A Rush-produced Atari game based on what movie was such a commercial flop, many have dubbed it as the worst video game ever? A. Ghostbusters the video game. B. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. C. Back to the Future. D. Alien 3 The Gun. Shondoris has the answer right after the break. Last chance to reveal you're a cool cat when it comes to video game history. A Rush-produced Atari game based on what movie was such a commercial flop, many have dubbed it as the worst video game ever? A. Ghostbusters the video game. B. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. C. Back to the Future. D. Alien 3 The Gun. Shondoris, what's the answer?
We're gonna go a little bit tricky to kind of get started. All right, you guys have no idea what I'm drawing because I don't even know what I'm drawing. The last answer is, of course, E.T. That looks like E.T., right? He's in the okay, thanks for playing.
It's been coined the Coachella of esports because it has a little something for everyone. DreamHack is a festival unlike any other and embraces everything in the world of gaming.
My name is Michael Van Driel, and I'm the Chief Product Officer and Director of Esports at DreamHack.
My name is Justin Burnham, Global Creative Director with DreamHack.
DreamHack, it actually started off just as a gathering of about 25 people all bringing their computers and coding. And then this just became an annual event that's grown over time and has now transformed into these global massive events taking place all across Europe and North America with tens of thousands of people coming. And just a huge focus on everything gaming. Esports is definitely something that has exploded probably in the past 5 years that has really kind of taken DreamHack to the next level in terms of, mainstream recognition. It's a, celebration of all things gaming.
We're trying to basically create not just another con, a lifestyle event, to innovate, to bring fresh, to go where gaming needs to go, and all this stuff just as an industry. This multi-billion-dollar industry is more than just a con. It's more than just these labels that were pegged. Where does the gaming industry go, and how does it expand into other mediums, even such as music and film? We don't just listen to gaming music, I'm sorry, when we go do our other things, we're listening to EDM, hip-hop, or heavy metal. But we're labeled as only listening to gaming music. We even have that label in Hollywood. You see TV shows and all that stuff, like it's still that 30-something-year-old person unemployed in their parents' basement, and that's just not it anymore. We're a multi-billion-dollar industry. Everyone wants a piece of it, so why are we being labeled? And that's kind of what we want to show. So we have a really good opportunity to bring that fresh, that opportunity, that respect that this industry kind of deserves.
I'd like to think our events in themselves are having a positive impact. Kids these days that can often feel, like they don't fit in. That's maybe one of the, stigmas. These online gamers don't fit in. And so I hope that our events, I really believe that it's, helping people on a real level.